is who we are. We will restore it to what it was.
All right, today is back day, and we're going to start with lats this time instead of a row, just because the past couple weeks we've been doing, past 3 weeks we've been doing starting with a row. So now we're going to start with, hopefully if the machine's open, that lat pull down where it's close to the top, wide at the bottom. Start with that, see how it feels. And then we'll move over to a T-bar row, and we can add in that seated, like kind of like mid-row that I've been starting with. Hold on, it's crooked a little bit. That I've been starting with at the end. So just to see what, I don't know, I just feel like doing it that way today. So yesterday's audio actually got corrupted. So there was no upload yesterday because of that, but yesterday we did chest. So if you go to my my Instagram or my TikTok, I'll have them in the description if you don't know what they are. But you can see the clips from that. It's just a pose down, but you can see the clips from that, and I have an upload on there of what the posing, like individual posing routine is kind of gonna look like. I just did the first half of it, but I didn't get all the poses of the first half, just because I'm still learning it. So yeah, me and my coach on Tuesday, we actually were working on a posing routine after he tweaked some of my mandatory poses a little bit. So yeah, it's gonna start with some ground poses, and then end up standing back up again, and then we'll be finishing doing some ground poses as well. So it's more fluid, smooth, classic looking poses instead of just the like the side chest, side tricep, all that stuff. Instead of like the bodybuilder poses, it's gonna be more of like those Greek statue kind of things, like the Icarus and the Atlas and the crucifix poses, all that stuff. So it should be fun learning it over these next 10 weeks. I want to have it perfected within the next 4 to 6 weeks, so that way we can really lock in on conditioning and other things that are more important. So because the individual routine, yes, it's important, but it's not as important as like your prejudging stuff, like the mandatory poses. So it's just that the individual routine takes a while to actually get down like perfect. So and the song that we have, the audio that we have for it is pretty good. So it's not like one of those TikTok trendy things or anything like that, but yeah, it's gonna be more of like a powerful, like slower paced audio and stuff like that, just so it's more attention grabbing instead of just being oh, look at this, I can do all the mandatory poses but in a routine. So yeah, there's that. We ended up having a cheat meal yesterday. So my coach said he wanted me to have a cheat meal and told me to go all out. So because I was looking pretty depleted and flat in the check-in for Tuesday morning. So he wanted me to have a pretty big cheat meal Tuesday night just to see what I looked like this morning. So ended up getting a Caniac combo with 2 extra fingers and a box of Mike and Ike's and Skittles. So pretty heavy on the carbs and the fat, but we still got a bunch of protein in. I think it was around 240 grams. So pretty good amount of protein. Ended up being around like 4,000 calories. So it's not like a cheat day. It's just a cheat meal. It's not like my cheat day that I had back before I was making these videos. In early May, I had like a 9,000 calorie cheat day. So yeah, probably not gonna have one of those again until after prep, but who knows, he might want me to, you know, go all out and have a full cheat day. So, but before the show, obviously we're gonna have a carb up, so I might be eating like 800,000 grams of carbs just to fill up before the show. So I'm really excited for that, because that means I get to eat a ton of candy and well, fat-free candy. So like Skittles, Mike and Ike's, just like simple sugars, like Swedish Fish is like one of the best examples. It's literally just straight sugar. So, but yeah, and ended up being like 199.7 Tuesday morning, and after the carb up, which this is actually good. Like, even though I didn't gain a ton of weight after the carb up, this is good. It means my body's reacting well. I was 201.6, so just under a pound of an increase for the next morning weight. But because I'm usually up 3 to 4 pounds. So, but yeah, back day starting with lats, mixing in some rows and ending with that mid back row. Really gonna focus on the pullovers more, because I feel like I get better, and that the pullovers, the cable pullovers, and the seated like supinated single arm lat pull down, where you're really pulling your elbow, driving it into your hip. That really gets the full lat activation there. So on that machine that I kind of like set up weird, just so that way I can actually get it right, because they don't have a single arm lat pull down machine that's actually good at crunch, and I don't want to go anywhere right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the back day. Yeah, catch you guys in the gym. All right, just starting out with something different that I didn't want to do. Start off with, just because the machine is taken. It's over there, but we'll eventually get back to it. So we're just gonna start with this instead. It's kind of similar to the other machine, but it's a single arm, and it's just the range of motion is weird. So, I mean, I can still get good work with it. It's just not what I exactly wanted to do. So, probably only gonna do about 2 sets here, around 8 reps, 8 to 10 reps, just slow and controlled. So, let's get to it. All right, let's move on to something else. All right, this machine opened up right after I finished the second set over there. so had to hop on it quickly before it got taken. Starting with a lighter weight than we usually do, just because we had those other sets before prior. So I got about 200 on here. I'm doing around 10 to 12 controlled reps. Probably gonna do about 3 sets here. So. One more of those. All right, up next, we're just gonna smack out some cable pullovers. Got about 75 pounds on there, 5 pounds heavier than last week. Still doing around 10 to 12 reps with some partials at the end. Doing about 2 sets here, and then we'll move over to a T-bar row if it's open. If not, we'll just do like a seated row or something. So let's get to this real quick. Yeah, one more of those. All right, up next we just got this T-bar row. Got to it a little bit later than I wanted to because we ended up doing like one movement more on lats than I wanted to. Just in the flow of the workout, I wanted to do a lat movement right before the last, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But T-bar row, and then we'll end off with a seated mid row, and then we should be able to go pose down. One more of those. Let's go finish up in mid row. All right, just gonna end off with a couple sets on this seated mid row. Just gonna grab the neutral, like narrow grips, and got a moderate weight on there. I mean, it's the end of the workout, so pretty fatigued. But yeah, we'll finish with this, and then we can go pose down. One more. That's it.